Hello, and welcome to Throttle House. Finally, I'm going to start my E46 BMW build series. I'm calling it Project BMW Jekyll and Hyde. Why Jekyll and Hyde? Because I have two BMWs, and it would make exactly zero sense to make them both track cars. I don't want to daily drive these, not that they're bad daily drivers at all, I just have an old Volvo for that, which I might have shown you before, and I want to make these into two very different performance driving vehicles. If you watched my Road to Time Attack series, you would have seen me take this silver E46 sedan, turn it into a time attack car, promptly blow the engine, and then swap in a new one at the last minute to run at Mosport. After feeling like I finally got the car where I wanted it, I immediately then found that huge amounts of the chassis were completely rotted out. So I bought another E46 to make it my serious race car. Here's my plan. The black coupe that you saw me pick up earlier is going to get the 330 engine from the silver one that I used in Time Attack last year. And then I'm going to take the 325 motor from that one, I'm going to put it in the silver one. So here's the Jekyll and Hyde part. Dr. Jekyll is the black coupe. It's going to be the one that gets the serious care, the proper performance parts. Everything will be done correctly and carefully and pragmatically. I'm going to take that car and make it the serious time attack competitor. And then the silver one, I'm going to weld the diff, strip the interior, and I'm going to drift it. So the black coupe will be Dr. Jekyll. Clean, proper, well built. A serious German race car. The silver sedan, on the other hand, will be Mr. Hyde, the hooligan, the unhinged drift car. Think of it as the moral opposite of Dr. Jekyll. It drank the serum and it's thirsty for tires. Let's just say it's the one that I won't mind abusing. Look at the door. It's a 10. Set this in the trunk. There she is. Lots and lots of rust. Last thing I did with this car was I installed a short shifter on it, and the gauge cluster stopped working. Ha! So today my plan is to do a couple different things. The black coupe I have to get ready for safety in Ontario. I have to do that before I can start stripping the car down and all that stuff. Not that I'm going to make the car illegal or anything. I'm going to keep all the lights on. It's going to be a fully legal road car, but it's very unlikely the shop is going to safety a car if there's a roll bar in the inside and the interior is completely stripped. The rusty silver 325, which is the 330 motor in it, I'm going to remove the front clip today and start to get ready to pull the engine, which my plan is to lure a bunch of people into the garage with pizza and then trap them and then force them to help me remove the engines in these vehicles. Ooh, I bought an engine crane. See? Other than that, I'm going to try and get these videos out as often as I possibly can. No promises on the, as you know, this is real. I'm working on these BMWs. Things don't always go to plan. Things never go to plan, actually. Now, I was going to say something else. What was it? Oh, I bought a seat. An old Sparco Evo. It's really gross and it smells kind of funny. I'm going to use that for the drift car. And if I have the budget, I'll put a roll bar in the drift car so I can do harnesses. But otherwise, the drift car is going to be as low budget as possible. I'm even thinking about doing eBay coilovers. If I have the budget, I'm going to even try and get some custom Jekyll and Hyde livery for the two cars. We'll see if that's possible. No promises yet, but I would love to do that. If you are a vinyl wrap person, you'd like to sponsor me, please contact me at throttleHousemedia@gmail.com. Okay, so basically the issue is that this car is fairly rust-free in terms of the actual chassis, not like this one. But the problem is that there's a little drainage hole underneath the rear passenger seat and the rear driver's seat that has rusted out. So I'm just gonna grind away the area. I'm going to put a plunger or some rubber piece kind of to plug the hole, then I'm gonna spray it with that like flexible like asphalt undercoating stuff, just to get it to pass safety so that it doesn't look like there's a giant gaping hole. And I will eventually cut out the hole, weld another plate in. That's where the roll bar is going to attach. We're gonna box that whole area in anyway. The whole thing will be redone and painted, so this is just temporary. But in the meantime, let's get this thing ready for safety. That's better. All right, so you can see there, I have made a thing that plugs the hole temporarily. This is just a waste of everyone's time, including me. Cut a piece of carpet out like that. Oh, are you serious right now? There. Can't even tell. No one was here. Kind of. All right, so got everything done with this one. Let's see if it starts. Sounds brand new. It works. $2,000. $2,000. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to drain the coolant. We're going to remove the fan. We're going to remove the cabin air freshener. We're going to move parts of the intake tubing. A really good trick that I've learned, it's not really a trick, it's common sense. Just use some bags like this. All right, put your bolts in here, magic marker right on them. Otherwise, you're going to lose them. And now I have two BMWs with literally the exact same set of bolts. So, I mean, not that that really matters, I guess they can cross, but I'm just gonna get stuff mixed up. I've got one bucket for this car and one bucket for that car. It actually helps to have the car elevated a little bit because you're not bending over so much. There's a gun. Probably any clearance. Go. Under tray has to come off, and then I can drain the coolant, remove the coolant hoses. The trick that I'm going to use is, it's not a trick, it's just a way of doing it. I'm not going to actually remove or drain the AC or the power steering. I'm just going to swing the stuff out of the way. That's what I did last time. It makes it for a quick swap. Because I'm going to keep AC in both cars. If you drive down the 401 in the middle of the summer, for 3 hours in stop and go traffic in a race car, not cool. I'm keeping the AC. I know, maybe later on I'll get more serious, but that's when I start trailering the car, because I'm not doing that right now. Way too hot here in the summer. Then we do the headlights. There's a couple bolts, front clip comes off. This is actually a lot easier to take off than it looks. Good. There it goes. Sometimes these hoses are really stubborn. You just gotta be gentle but forceful. I blew one of these at the track last year. This seal right here exploded and put coolant all over my engine. I taped it with like some silicone adhesive tape and ran the next 3 runs. Everything was fine. Don't be me. I might just leave that coolant hose on there. Remove it from the engine. That's the plan right now. Why is this side not budging at all? There she is. Okay, almost got everything off. And then the bumper's off. Like, if you're considering pulling the engine out from the top without removing the bumper, don't do that. Don't, even if you're gonna pull it out this way from the top, remove the front clip. It'll make your life a billion times easier, and it's really not hard. Seriously, just like, how much time in my life do I have to waste putting a glove on? Okay. Aha! Oh, forgot to undo. Ah, forgot to. Oh, broke that. Yes, what are you? Oh, it went the washer. I don't care. Oh. Why would you? Literally gonna cut this in like 2 seconds. Ah, there's front clip off. Just off. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Front clip. Now, okay, so as I was saying, what you can do is just pivot this stuff out of the way. Okay, these are a massive pain, and I hate dealing with them. You like push these in. And, oh wait, that was easy. God, it's literally the worst. Oh, come on. There she goes. 2 screwdrivers, the answer. Okay. If I remember right, we just, there we go. Now this way you don't have to mess with your air conditioning. You can just leave, you don't have to drain it and recharge it. Just leave everything intact. And there's always more coolant. All right, so here's the 330 motor. Just pull it out, right? Super easy. No, not at all. All right, that's all for today. I'm gonna go have some dinner, relax, take the time off. I'm gonna get that car, the black one, in to get a safety done really, really soon, and then it will be ready to start tearing down as well. Hopefully, next time I see you, I'll have the engine mostly out, or you will laugh as I struggle with trying to get it out. I'll at the very least have everything prepped and ready to pull it. And then we have a 330 motor, which I'm going to put an oil pump in. Do I have the oil pump here? I don't. I'm going to put an upgraded oil pump made by Tom Parkin, which has a strengthened shaft and bolts holding the actual sprocket on, so we don't get the classic E46 oil pump issue. But until next time, thank you for watching BMW Build Jekyll and Hyde on Throttle House.